Okay, so good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's training call with Lydia's amazing area. I hope you ladies are going well. Thanks so much for plugging on and jumping in. I got a few things I thought I'd touch on tonight, but tonight's kind of more designed for you guys to ask me questions and stuff as well. So I'll just unmute you guys. Hang on. So, yeah, obviously, if you're eating or if you want to do something and mute yourself, go for it. But the idea is that it's more like a meeting, so feel free to ask me questions. If I say something, if you want an understanding of what that is, say, can you just stop there, Jenny, and explain that because I don't understand, or you know what I mean? It's not like a region call with 50 people on. It's just for us, and the idea is that you guys can be very active in it and ask me questions. I love that saying that the only silly question is an unasked question. So just ask. It's no harm in asking. I can guarantee someone's probably thinking it, and they're probably thinking, I'm so glad she asked that. Okay, so the first thing I thought I would touch on tonight is the new eye design. Have you guys checked that out?
Yeah.
How awesome is it?
Danny, mine still hasn't been fixed from 10 cents.
So is it working? So you can't log in?
No, not yet.
Okay. Let me just write that down because I'll forget. That's so strange. But anyway, okay, we'll have a look at that and fix that up. But yeah, so everyone else has worked it out and got it working?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you go. I was just saying I've only just sent through the for the link. I've got the approval. I've just got to jump on and pay now.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it is absolutely phenomenal. What I love about it so much is that it's easier to find stuff. It's more laid out and it's not so girly. Like it's more like a professional business page because we're bringing more and more men into the business. It's so great that we can have something that they don't log into that's hot pink squares, it's really cool. But no, jump on and check that out. Right down the bottom is training from your RVPs, and that's all training from all of us that we've done to add to the site. So there is lots of awesome stuff on there. And, I can't stress enough to really utilise iDesign for all your training needs. Train yourself. Be committed to be that independent learner that trains yourself, because someone said to me the other day, I wish that you just lived with me and you could be on every business appointment that I had and I could take you to every product presentation and just have you come around with me. And I was like, why don't you just commit to learning how to do it all like I do instead? Just step up to the plate and say, right, I'm going to become this in my business so that I can dominate this stuff and do it really, really well. Because the time you're putting into wishing that someone else was there to do it for you, if you put that time every day into becoming that person yourself, you'd be quite amazed with your results and what you can do in such a small amount of time just with growing yourself. And iDesign is amazing for that. The tiles that are on there will teach you everything you need to become a vice president. And don't ever think that you're not good enough or you don't have the skills or anything like that, because it all can be learned and it all is in iDesign. The people that pop through as vice presidents and the people that are popping into the area manager team and that are saying, I just never ever thought in a million years that I was going to do this and I'd be good enough to reach this level, but I feel unstoppable now and like I can do anything. And that's the power of that site and what it can do. So really get amongst that and utilize that for your business and really encourage your team members to use that as well. And the more you learn it now, when you grow a team, you'll be able to send them everywhere they need to go to learn what they need on that. You'll be an amazing leader for them, which will be phenomenal. And all it will do is help you learn faster how to become that leader. So I thought tonight too, I would just run over really quickly how I ask people to hold a presentation to have a tote drop in to do a business appointment, how I personally ask them, like random people that I run into in shops and at netball or wherever it is that I'm at, and how I bring that up. I thought that's something I've been asked a bit lately, is how I ask that and how I bring that up. So I thought I'd run over it. I know a couple of you ladies have probably heard me say these before, but Doesn't hurt to hear it again if you have, and if you haven't, you might get something out of it a little bit as well. I remember ages ago, I remember your face on the training, Renee. I did a call about it's about your tone of voice. So if someone's sitting on your jacket at a restaurant, for example, and you're like, oh, excuse me, can I just grab my jacket? Like, you say it in a way that you just expect them to get off your jacket, right? You don't expect them to turn around and say, no, oh, no, that's too hard. You know what I mean? It's like a tone. It's that simple that it's like, just get off my jacket. Yeah, so you kind of have, it's the same thing when you ask somebody to do a favour for you in the business. It's all in your tone. If you ask in a way of, hey, can you do me a huge favour? I know it's a bit of a pain because you've got a couple of kids and you probably don't really know too many people here, but I would really love to come over and show you some makeup and some nutrition, and our products are all vegan and we're on the PETA list and we don't have these in us, then, you know, I can do great discounts for you, and you're just overwhelming them with all this stuff, you know, and just drop off plates of food, and I would really love it. I'd really appreciate it. Could you do that for me? They're thinking like, oh man, that just sounds like a mission. That just sounds really hard. And you're already trying to sell me the product. So obviously you expect me to buy some stuff. And I don't really know how financial I am at the moment, and my friends probably aren't either, and they'll just backpedal and they won't do it. The trick is to making it super, super simple. So when I ask someone for a presentation, and a couple of messages I sent out the other day, and one mum I asked just walking to school the other day, and she said, so what do you do for a living again, Danny? And I said, oh, I'm an Arbonne independent consultant. And she goes, Arbonne? And I said, yeah, we're like a health and wellness, skincare, nutrition company. It's network marketing. And she goes, okay. And I said, yeah, I love the products and I use them myself, and I just teach and train other people how to make an income alongside what they're doing. And she's like, that sounds really interesting. And I said, yeah. And I said, if you're interested, I'd love to come over your house and do a little pamper session. They're quite a lot of fun. They only go for an hour. That's it. That's all I said. And she goes, oh, okay, an hour. And what do you do in that? And I was like, oh, I just do share a few makeup tips and just share a little bit about the product, completely obligation free. To be honest, I have no friends here in Brisbane. I'm really trying to grow my business in Brisbane. So you'd be actually doing me a massive favour to help me out a lot. If you're free one afternoon, just have a couple of champagnes with your friends and we'll just see where it goes and just have a bit of fun. I don't expect anything out of it. And she goes, yeah, I'd love to do that. That sounds fun. I could do with some makeup tips and tricks. You know, like just keep it so simple and that's it. You know, I don't keep following her to the class and keep talking about it and overwhelm her with it all. Like, you don't need to go any further than that. Just get her phone number. Can I pop your phone number into my phone and I'll text you and we'll make a date? Okay, that sounds great. And then I text her, organise the date, and then I go and drop a pamper basket around to her. So I'll say, is it all right if I just pop over and drop you a basket of goodies you can have a play with before your party? Yeah, that would be cool. I said, what sort of products are you into that you'd like me to drop in the basket? And take over some seesaw stuff and stuff that they probably aren't really inclined to buy. But if they have it for a few days in their house, they really fall in love with it. They've got babies and stuff, put the baby stuff in there. You know, do up a nice basket, put a little gratitude note on there. Thank you so much for saying you'd have a presentation for me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and you're really supporting my business, and I can't wait to come and make you a friend. And then when you go after have this having our
she's left.
You should tell. Good. You back, Danny?
Nod if you can hear me. Okay. Thumbs up if you can. What's this? Your CPU usage is affecting the meeting quality. You can hear? Should I just keep going? Okay. If it goes all sketchy and you can't hear again, just go stop. Yeah. I can't hear you. No. But you're all muted. So that might be why. Okay, cool. So what was I saying? So, and the same for tote drop. So I only ever go to a tote drop if somebody doesn't want to have a presentation. So if I mention that, the pamper session to them, and I've even done that at the dress shop. You know, for us, I've gone pretending to be shopping for a dress that I knew I wasn't going to buy. But the lady was really lovely in there, and I generated a conversation with her and mentioned having a pamper session and what I do and stuff. And she's like, oh, I would really like to do that, but I just haven't been in Brisbane for very long. Why are you laughing so hard, Lydia? Anyway, maybe it's just frozen on the moment for her. Yeah, anywho, so I said, oh, that's okay. She said, I've just moved here and I just don't know anybody. And I said, oh, that's okay. I said, if you like, I could just drop you a bag of some product. And she's like, yeah, I'd love that. I've really been looking for a nice foundation and rah, rah, rah. So I said, I can either drop it to you here at the shop or I can drop it at your home, whatever's easier for you. And she's like, oh, could you just drop it here? And I said, yep, no worries. So I went back into the shop, dropped her a tote, and then this other lady who's working there's like, oh, what's this? And I started telling her as well. So when it's finished with her, the tote will go on with the next person. So, and it's a great way to get their details. Now I've got her phone number. Give her a call, see how she's going with the products, and mention to her, you know, I said to her on the phone, your customer service is amazing. You should look at doing something like this. I reckon you would rock at it. You just got that charisma about you. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, this business has been amazing for me. And, you know, if you're at a level where you're still growing and you're still learning, you can say, oh, I can't believe how far I've already come in this business, and I know that I'm going all the way to the top and I really love it. I reckon we could do it together and it'd be a lot of fun. Or, you know what I mean? Things like just keep it simple. Don't overwhelm people and put all this extra pressure on them. Like, I know you'll be amazing. And, you know, if you just do the power of 10 with me, which is like 2 parties, 4 tote bags, couple of business appointments, we'll be in our Mercedes-Benz in like 6 months. I know it. It'll be phenomenal. It'll be so, like, that's just not how you want to talk to people. I have bronchitis at the moment, so when I get in a coughing fit, I really get into a coughing fit, but that's okay. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is how to create dreams with goals. Can you get me a coffee water, please? Please. And there's 2 parts. So it's so important to have a dream, and I can honestly say before Arbonne, I kind of had dreams, but I was never taught the value of having a dream and how much it improves who we are and our happiness levels and everything like that. You've got to keep dreaming. And I know I'm not a religious person or anything, but I've just been listening to Jim Rohn lately, and he said it's even written in the Bible that without dreams we will perish. And it's so true. Like, to have a dream is so important. So really have your dreams written down and grasp onto them. Don't let anyone ever talk you out of them or anything like that. They're yours and they're special, and it's up to you to make them come true. So I'm just reading off my notes here now. So there's 2 parts to your dream. There's your long dreams, which are your, to your goals. Thank you. Okay, sorry. So how to set your dream with goals. So there's 2 parts to your goals. There's your long-term goals, which is your dreams. And then there's your short-term goals, which is like your tomorrow, your weekly goals, your monthly goals. And they're like your confidence goals. Because remember, we set goals with an aim of checking them off. That's the idea. Okay, so when we sit down and write our goals, we think about how we're going to make them come about. So when you're setting a short-term goal, you break that down again into 3. And I love, you know, Jim Rohn was saying when he was talking about this, like the first part of when you set your long-term goals, like that's your big dream. So right on there, like for me, I want to be a 6-wide executive national vice president. I want to run many, many different charities all over the world. I have huge, huge dreams. I'm only 26 right now. I don't need these dreams achieved by the end of the year, but they are big dreams of mine that I work towards every day because I think, why not? The sky's the limit. We have one life, and I love to dream. I lay in bed at night, and my dreams keep me awake because I think about them so much. And then I get up and print off a picture of my dreams and put it on my vision board. I have a big long-term goals, and then I have my short-term goals, which are what I need to do right now to help me get closer to my long-term goals. It's not like, what am I going to do now so that I can tick one of my long-term goals off tomorrow? You know what I mean? What am I going to do now that's just going to get me closer, that I'm just taking a step towards them? It shouldn't be something that scares you and freaks you out. The idea is, how can I become the person that achieves them things? Because people achieve them every day. So what have they got going that I don't have going? What do I need to learn? What do I need to read? What do I need to shift? Who do I need to speak to? Who do I need to get to know on my network? you know, break it down and simplify. Everything can be simplified. And he said, so now with our short-term goals, we want to break them into 3 categories. And the first category is your economic goal. And I love how he says money's not everything, but it is kind of up there with oxygen. We need it to survive. Okay, that's just the reality of it. And I don't know about you guys, but since, you know, I've become a vice president in Avon and my husband's finished his trade, I just feel like this massive weight has been lifted in our household. We don't fight about money anymore. I finally feel like money is where it should be, and the weight that's lifted and the things that we can just go and do, it just makes life generally easier. So I don't think in any way, like what I'm getting at is we get taught sometimes that when we get so focused on money that we're like money hungry and money's the root of all evil, and it's just not true. I think the love of money is the root of all evil, but money is definitely not. With money we can help other people, we can reach out and help other people, we can give our children better things, we can, you know what I mean? Like it's just generally easier. So don't ever feel like that. But and he said, I love how Jim Rohn said, if I went out and asked everybody, think about the people in your network now, because they say, you know, you are who you hang with. But he said, if I went and asked them all, so what's your economic plan? What's your, you know, skilled out, written, dot-pointed economic plan? How many people would probably look at you and go, my what? My economic what? My plan? Like it just, he goes, successful people just do what the people that are failing don't do. That's the only difference. It's not about being this massive superstar. It's the little things. It's the little things that are just as easy not to do. It takes 5 minutes to sit down and map out what you want, how you want your economic goals to look. It's just as easy not to worry about doing it and think that what you got up here is enough, that you know enough. So, you know, sit down, map that out, visualize it and see what it is. And he said this, just your economic goal, it's a fact that writing that down will put you in the top 5%. Only 5% of the world write down their economic goals. How insane is that? I nearly fell off my chair when I learnt that. I've been doing that for months and months and months. And once you start doing it, like anything, you can't stop. Once you get in little habits that are good habits, you notice how much they make you feel better and you won't stop doing them. Okay, number 2, these are your things, and this is everything. Nothing is too small to put on this list, okay? So, and these are just all the things that you want in your life. And like I said, don't feel like it's little and it's silly, like you just write everything. And always remember, the whole reason that we have a list is to tick it off. When you actually tick something off your list, your body releases an endorphin that makes you feel better. It boosts your confidence levels. It makes you want to tick off more. Okay, so write things down that you know you can achieve. And things that you know are going to challenge you, because that's what makes us grow. When you check something off, celebrate. It is so important that you celebrate that. The whole reason that we write a list and tick something off is we're doing it for ourselves. Sorry. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Don't touch anything. Yeah, please. Sorry, my little boy just come in here and turn the old McDonald farm on. Thanks, Bree. He's supposed to be asleep. I'm at my mum's house. Thank you. Okay, what am I up to now? We all grow from 2 experiences, the pain of losing and the joys of winning, which is so, so true. And I love the saying, if we do what is easy, our life will be hard. And if we do what is hard, our life will be easy. How amazingly true is that? When I heard that, I was just like, that is going on my mirror. It's so true. And, you know, when we lose, we have this tendency to find a reason why we lost, right? Like, for example, for myself, last month I didn't hit my stretch goal. I hit my muscle goal, but I didn't hit my stretch goal. And I was like, no, that's because I've had so much morning sickness. I have been a little bit crook, but I had all these reasons in my mind why I didn't hit my goal. And at the end of the day, I didn't hit my goal because I didn't do the activity that I needed to do to hit my goal. And I was like, oh, you know, sometimes you need to learn from the pain of losing. So allow yourself to feel that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that sounds really harsh and not like how Jim Rohn said it. He said it in a bit of a better way. But when you set a goal and you wishy-washy around and you sort of dawdle a bit and you put it to the side and then you don't hit the goal, like, take a bit of that responsibility on. You wanted to hit that goal and you didn't hit it, you know, so just feel what it feels like to not hit it. And when you do hit it, feel what it feels like to hit it. They're two really crucial feelings that you need to allow yourself to feel. Don't protect yourself from the losing feeling and blame everybody else. Really take ownership. This is your business. This is what you want to create. If it's not happening, own up to that. If it is happening, excuse me, own up to that. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is why I had to cancel Toowoomba's DA tonight. I knew I just could not present in a coughing fit. And I love how he said, a mature person can celebrate themselves, an immature person needs someone else to celebrate them. So how cool is that? So true. Okay, and the third part of the 2 goals is your personal development goals. And he even said himself, this is the biggest and the most important goals of the whole lot. Did you see that personal development car I put up the other day on our training page, on our Nation to Be page? That's like your Arbonne vehicle in a nutshell. It is literally everything you need to move forward in this business. And it took me months and months and months of trying to leave parts out before I realized they're all kind of important. The thing with Arbonne is your leaders really generally want to help you succeed. So when they give you tips and stuff, it's because they work and they're worth following. So it took me a little bit to kind of get that and realize that I should just have a go at this personal development stuff. And it completely changed my life. I cannot stress that enough. It makes you a stronger person. You improve on all your skills. I love how Jim Rohn says, if you want the things on the top shelf, you've got to stand on the books you've read to get them. It's so true. Grow your mind and grow yourself so that you know how to handle pain and rejection and you know how to go for the big goals that you want. So work on your goals. He goes, many people work so hard on their job, but they don't work hard on their future. They just kind of let that slide. You know, like work out what you want for your long-term goals, and that is more important. That's what you need to focus on. I'm not saying don't go to work or don't try hard at work, like be professional, but you know what I'm saying? Like just that's not something you can just let slide. If you want your dreams to be a reality, at some point we kind of have to realize, yeah, we've got to dig deep and we've got to make this happen, but it's going to be so worth it. I love Donna Johnson saying how we all feel either 2 pains in life, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And it's so true. So if it's to be, it's up to me. You know, you just at some point you have to snap in, take ownership and say, right, what do I need to do to grow my business? If you see me putting posts up about people in momentum and this happening and that happening and you're like, I just want to be in momentum and it's not happening for me, I'm going to strangle someone. Give us a call and say, help me, give me some tips. How do I get into momentum? What can I do to create things? I'm asking people and I'm not getting anything. Can you do a role play with me on how you would do this? Or, you know, reach out to your leaders on, hang on. And sometimes that I didn't have much support from my friends in the beginning of the business and I really needed to reach out and create a whole new network. I realized that really fast. Badgering the same list just doesn't, because sometimes we learn so much too on them how to ask. You know what I mean? Like we learn, okay, it's probably not how I should have asked them to take a tote bag. It's probably not how I should have asked them to have a look at the business. So get out and create a new list. The best thing about your friends and that is they'll be there later when you prove it. You know, my sister didn't join the business till I got my car. She wasn't interested. So sometimes you just have to prove it to them once by building your business with everybody else. And you know, Lydia right on the call now, she didn't say yes to me for about 9 months of me asking her. So you just don't know what's going on in people's lives, and no always just means a not yet. Yeah. Do you want to share some stuff on that now, Lids? Share some of your tips, Lovey. You guys have an amazing leader. Can I just throw that out there? The person who sponsored me into the business didn't do anything else after she sponsored me. So to have a leader like you guys have, I would have loved that in the beginning of the business. So you guys are so lucky to have her. Share some of your tips with us, love.
Oh, thanks, Denny. I was a bit embarrassed actually. No makeup, one eyebrow. hesitant to actually put the camera on tonight, but lucky I love you all. I actually was going to do some training this afternoon with my two Megans in Townsville. Can you hear me yet?
Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Just.
Yay. I was going to meet up with my two Megans in Townsville this afternoon, and we were going to run through some training about building relationships. So I was lucky enough at AAC to attend the area manager training, which was amazing. The speakers were phenomenal, and I took some, she's me, and her tips she had. And if you do have a pen and paper, if you want to write them down, I might run through them really quickly because I know you're very busy and we've got other things tonight to do. So her 8 tips for developing relationships were: number 1, accept and celebrate differences. And she went, obviously they all make sense at the end, but it's about taking people for who they are and not forcing your own opinions on people, or, yeah. Number 2 was to listen effectively. There's a massive difference between sympathy and empathy, and it's about shutting up basically and letting them actually speak rather than having your own stories. Number 3 was to give people your time, even if it's simply a smile. Number 4 was to develop your communication tools. If you're not confident at approaching people, practice. If you're not confident at calling people, pick up the phone. If you're not confident doing anything, just keep practicing. You're only going to improve. Number 5 was to manage your mobile technology. And she didn't mean run an exceptional Facebook. She meant don't let Facebook manage your life. So if you're waking up, you can't straight onto Facebook. If having dinner and you're on Facebook, or you're going out for coffee this afternoon like we were going to do, and sitting and checking and interfere with your relationship. To give and take feedback, very, very important. Some people find it, including
I think try again, babe.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it goes for a bit.
I wasn't even watching you.
It goes for a bit, but then it comes good again. So
what number are you up to?
6. What was number 6?
Okay. So number 6 was to learn to give and take feedback. This one, I guess, comes into play in my other role as a principal as well, and having to tread very carefully while giving feedback. And basically you'll learn quickly, if you're always commenting on someone negatively and not balancing it out with more positives, that they're going to resist you. So resist your friendship as well. Number 7 is to learn to trust more. And number 8, again, emphasize the need to develop empathy. So basically what she wanted you to do is what we're saying. If you're in a cold market or having to get out and make new friends, actually think about what you're doing and saying when you're meeting the new people, and giving yourself a chance, that things might not happen straight away. You might not even have a conversation about Arbonne in the first 3 meetings, and not to be that crazy Arbonne lady that we talk about all the time, because she damn scares people. She is a very scary person, and we've all been there. We've all done it and spewed Arbonne. And I don't know if you've had friends or not be like, I don't want to hear about Arbonne anymore, or not want to meet up with you because they're afraid that all you're going to talk about is Arbonne. So you don't want to be that person. And that comes by really listening. And that listening for the first however long it takes is going to give you an insight into what this person might need and how the gift of Arbonne can truly help them. If you're actually listening to what they need. And again, not assuming that it's financial as well. She also touched on, in the same thing, was about meeting these people. So creating the relationships and reminding you that you are your business. Your social media is influencing your business. The way you dress is influencing your business. And I'm very conscious of that, why I'm sitting here with no makeup on and my monobrow. So I am my business, and yeah, that's great for me. Good advice. Love the hypocrisy. But basically, in meeting them, you want to look after them. So if they've joined you as a PC, or they've joined you as a casual consultant, or just a client, you know that you want to take care of them and build that relationship. One reflection I had from AAC was one of the speakers asked the crowd to put their hand up if they had upgraded from a PC to a consultant, and the number of hands that went up blew me away. And it was one of those aha moments where you go, oh, I better go back and contact all of my preferred clients, you know. And if I, at the beginning of my business, knew what I knew now, I would have really, really fostered those relationships. And I've always cared for my clients, but I probably would have done a hell of a lot more knowing what I know now, and the potential for them to be involved in the business and join your business at some point will grow the more you take care of them. It was about meet them, make them, and keep them. So once you've made the relationships, and you've made met your next business builder, you need to provide support and training for them. You need to strategically plan out where they're going to go, how they're going to get there. And it comes back to, I guess, understanding how to build the strong relationships and the foundations that are going to boost you forward. If you have, and I know, look, I'm speaking because my client is right here, Danny.
You're dropping away again, love.
I'm direct to Danny, and I couldn't be under anyone better or have learned from anyone better. I'm traditionally a very negative person. Am I back?
Yep. Well, you were back.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Which way? Good? Okay.
Yeah.
How to, like, once you've made them, and your business on rounds, growing your frontline and supporting them, getting them to district manager, and then keep on going. And I guess the most crucial part of all of what she was saying was about actually keeping them. So don't get them to that point, get them to district manager and then let them go. Keep helping them onto their next journey, because if you can make it to district manager, you can make it to any level of this business. Stay in consistent contact with them, have coaching calls, and in your teams really foster a culture of having fun, and you know that you actually have friendship. It's not just Arbonne. Help all of your team and friends, whether it's sidelines, sister lines, uplines, whoever it is. You really want to foster leadership. So taking a step out of your comfort zone. I know Renee spoke on a region call not so long ago, and I just know how much that was out of her comfort zone. And I was so proud, because she's constantly stepping up to be a leader for her team. And blows me away how far you've come, Renee. And look, I could go on and on, but I just wanted to give you one tip that she said, and it was about handshakes. Have you ever heard that before? Because I hadn't. She suggested if you're in a rush, or you've got the ladies that don't want to take off their makeup, run, and you're doing the whole RE9 set, do it all on their hand and have handshakes instead of facials. So that was something I hadn't heard before either. So yeah, obviously I could go on and on. She was amazing. and her story was, we went from laughing to tears, you know, and it was just a really, really emotional. Most people, it is and can be a struggle, and we tend to see them after they've had those struggles and read when, you know, that's obviously not the case. It's a simple system, but at times can be hard, and it's about sticking it out and showing up. And I was going to write before, Jenny, when you said you saw Renee once on a session. I don't think Renee's ever missed a session. I would mention Renee's missed it. So I always use you, Renee, as the person go up, and she's going to go up. And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Everybody ready to smile?
That was so random. I went from talking to photos.
Yeah,
Smiling.
I'm busy. Ready, smile. Gotcha. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, honey. Awesome stuff. I just thought I might finish up too on an awesome book. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It is a great book about communication with people. Once again, this business is not something you can sort of wing. You learn the communication skills, and sometimes, you know, like if you compare it to most businesses, it takes you 10 years before you start to see any green if you go and buy a bakery or a cafe or something. So give yourself the time you need to learn. Don't beat yourself up if you're trying things and it's not working. Failure reaps a massive seed of success. You know, you learn what not to do really fast, but give yourself the time you need to learn what you need to learn, you know, reading these books and stuff. I personally am so disciplined to read 10 pages of a book every day. Right or wrong, I'll read that page. If I have to read it with one eye open at night time, sitting up with the light on, I will, if I didn't get time to get to it, to read it, because it's, imagine if you started doing this last year, how many books would be in your mind right now in terms of personal development and communication with people and things like that, where your knowledge would be. So, you know, do it, and in a year's time, the people around you will notice the difference, and that's what starts to make you magnetic in this business and make people want to speak to you. I saw your post before, Anita, about messaging your PCs. There's a great system that I use, and I remember it as 2 by 2 by 2. So when you first meet them at the party and they place their order, in 2 weeks' time, you're going to message them and see that they've got their order. 2 days' time, you're going to message them and see if they would like to have their own product presentation. Okay, so they've placed their orders, and now give them a ring. I find on the phone is best. Some people aren't into, if you call them and they don't answer, send a text message then. But otherwise, phone calls are just, I don't know, I just like them better. That's just me personally though. I just find them a lot more effective. I give them a call and say, I just wanted to thank you again for coming to the party and let you know that your order's all being placed and it'll be at your house very soon. That your host of the party, Lydia, had an amazing party and she got nearly 80% off her product. She got like whatever she got there. You know, she got $500 worth of products for this amount. I know there was a few more items on your wish list, and I thought you might be interested in having a little pamper session yourself. You know, like it's a great way to get that across and see how they're going, and they might be a bit too busy. Ask them if there's anything else they'd like to try out of the catalogue for a tote drop, and ask them if they might be interested in having a go at the business. You know, like probably start with the business first maybe, but it's up to you how you want to word that phone call, and then roll into, there are on how to handle the phone. Don't overwhelm yourself with the phone. Just take a big breath, relax, and just be generally you. You know, just be authentic. I love that saying, you'll make more friends in 1 week of being generally interested in people than 1 year of trying to get them interested in you. So just be real. Just chat with them. Just see how they're going. Just be their general mate, and just, you enjoyed their company at the parties. See if they need any more of your services. They might be looking to make an income alongside what they're doing as well. They might be really on struggle street and love to hear about this business and what they could do. You just don't know. So, and then in 2 weeks' time, I ring them to see that they've got their products and that they're all good, all the pumps are working. And I always tell them that I'm going to call them again or message them again, so that always end an exposure with another exposure. So you don't feel like you're annoying them, you're following through on your word. You know, I'll give you a call in another 2 weeks and just check that all your products are calm and that all your pump's working and that it's all good. Give them a call, just checking everything came. And then I always say, I'll give you a call in about 2 months' time and just to see how they're all going and if you need help reordering or if they're working for you and you're seeing the results and just to make sure that you're happy and everything's working well. And in 2 months' time, give them another call. You know, you don't really need to constantly message them all the time, but just enough. And you want to be quick and you want to be brief, thorough, professional, to the point, and generally give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to generally care when you're talking to someone. Don't just be thinking, I really need this person to order another RE9 set because I really need 200 QB right now. Just be genuine. I wonder how this is going, if it's the right product for her skin, if she's loving it. You know, be real in your business. Yeah, that's my biggest tip. But those tips were awesome, Lydia. Thanks so much for them. I wrote all them down as well. They were so cool. Was that from Amy, was it?
No, Ali.
Ali. Oh, Ali Villani.
Yeah.
Ali. Yeah, she's cool, her. Awesome. All right, well, we've gone a little bit over time, but if anyone has any questions they want to ask, I'm not worried about hanging around a little bit longer. If you want to pop off because you've got things to do, that's all good. But otherwise, if you have any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself and ask away.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's a product question. You know the fizz sticks?
Yes.
I sold a box to a lady and she pre-made them into she pre-made them all up and put them in a fridge in bottles.
Okay.
I know, really weird. But do they last? Like, if
the whole entire box she pre-made?
Oh, she made like a week's worth. She said, I just thought I'd do a week's worth because she's addicted to V's and I wanted to get her off those. So she was making like 14 because she said she has about 2 a day. So she's made a whole heap up. And she said, will they be okay? And I said, they won't be as fizzy. They won't be as nice, but that's what she did. And she said she wanted me to find out if they expire, will it go off, or I've never heard of anyone doing that.
I would just tell her it's just better to make it up on your own.
It's that quick. I know.
Yeah, like it's just you get the bigger and they're nicer and yeah, but yeah. I don't think in terms of like feeling the kick it would make much difference.
Yeah.
It might go flat though.
Yeah, that's what I said to her. I said you're not going to get the fizz. You're not having a fizz stick, you're just having a stick, I suppose. Yeah, it's just not, it's not the same. But yeah, I was just curious. I didn't think it would affect it, but besides the fizz, it's not going to go off or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would do. I put mine, like I mix mine up and don't always in a bottle and I don't always drink it all because I put the greens and I used to put the greens and R1 Evolution in mine as well and had it kind of as a meal. Just and I couldn't always drink it all, so I'd put it in the fridge and then drink it again later. But, I would never mix a week's worth up. No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't think, because normally on a lot of them it says drink within 24 hours. Like,
okay.
I don't recall reading that anywhere on there, but like I got this nausea mix from the health food shop and it says on the container to drink within 24 hours of mixing. So stuff does happen mixing and sitting. Yeah.
All right. I might let her know that at least because I just think it sort of takes it out. Like I like actually doing it and seeing it all fizz and you feel like you're having a soft drink. Like,
yeah, that's right.
You're losing that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks.
No worries. You're welcome.
That's all. That was all I wanted to know.
No worries. Well, I might love you and leave you then, ladies. I'm going to go and have some apple pie and ice cream that my mummy made.
Awesome. You take it. I'm glad you're not as sick as what you were besides bronchitis.
Yeah, I got rid of the nausea. I'm feeling really good there and then bloody bronchitis. It's okay. It's just when the cough comes on, I just cough and cough and cough. But anyway, we won't get onto all of that. Yeah, thanks so much for jumping on, ladies, and lovely to see your faces. Go smash out this week. It's Monday, so we got another 2 whole weeks. So super exciting. Get your goals up.
Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.